Are you having a tough time finding a house in today's incredibly hot market? Well, today I'm going to share some of the methods that our team uses to find off-market deals. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Andrew here with the Lake team in Houston, Texas. Welcome back to our channel. We have another great video for you today. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you haven't already, smash that subscribe button down below. It'll definitely warm our hearts. We do our best to produce the best real estate content to you guys each and every single week. And with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and move into today's topic, which is finding off-market deals in this incredibly hot market right now. All right, so the first things first, we always check when it comes to finding a deal that may be very specific or a house that's very specific to our clients, whether our client is an investor or a homeowner. One of the first things that we do is check terminated and expired listings on the MLS. This is a good avenue to explore whenever there's little to no inventory in specific markets such as Houston right now. Or Houston right now, there's just no inventory. There's no inventory, buyers are ripping each other apart. And so a good avenue to explore is terminated and expired. So what we do is we go back, let's say terminated and expired both. We'll look up in the MLS and we'll find, we'll go back maybe 2 years. Maybe 2 years and the property was on the market and didn't sell for various reasons. And then from there, we'll identify, does this property match the description of what my clients are looking for? And then if it does, I'll send that property over to my client, said, hey, take a look at the pictures from the old MLS when it was on the market 2 years ago or whatever, however many months or years. And if they say, yeah, I actually like that property, I'd like to go take a look at it. From there is when we would track down the owner and we'd reach out to the owner to see if they are still interested in selling. This is kind of hard to do sometimes because this is a way, the expireds and terminated listings are an avenue for, I wouldn't say newer agents, but just agents to prospect for new listings. And so whenever they do get these phone calls, they may not be the most pleasant people to talk on the phone with, as you could imagine, because they're probably getting blown up left and right. But after 2 years, no one's really calling them anymore. So yeah, like I said, if it's a property that we can identify for our clients, we definitely explore those avenues with terminated and expireds. Because some of the best properties for various reasons just didn't sell the first time, and you never know the homeowner's not expectations, but maybe things are different this go around. Maybe they do want to explore. So just wanted to share that quick method with you, and let's move on to the next one. And this next one brings me to FSBOs. It's a real estate terminology called FSBOs here, which stands for sale by owners. A lot of for sale by owners think their property is worth more than it actually is, hence why they're probably on the market so much longer than other homes, or they might be underpriced, who knows. But it's always a good avenue to explore in low inventory markets. We'll get on Zillow or whatever, FSBO.com, and we'll look at for sale by owners to see if their description of the property matches what our clients are looking for. And that's another avenue that we'll explore. So that's 3 total right there, between expireds, terminated, and for sale by owners that we can check out pretty easily, just all in the click of a link. So another cool feature that our MLS has here in Houston is the coming soon feature that the agents can use and see. Every day it's gradually starting to gain some momentum, so more and more agents are starting to use this feature. And a coming soon listing is not available to see to the public eye, but we can see it on the back end for the agent stuff. And they're allowed to have that coming soon on that particular part of the MLS for up to 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, it either has to be completely removed or it has to go live. And so that does give us a jump start or a head start, and as an opportunity to see what is going to coming soon on the market that is not on the market yet. And regarding coming soons as well, our sphere, right? Agents have built up a sphere. We've built up a sphere of influence, of people that we work with, agents that we know, agents that we've worked with in the past, we have good relationships with, and maybe even some in our brokerage that we could talk to. Is like, hey, does anybody, what do y'all have coming up? Or I could reach out to somebody that works specifically in the area quite a bit and ask them what do they have coming up. But generally it's a good way to understand, like, hey, when I'm reaching out to all these people, they might come back and say I might get 4 or 5 more listings that are coming soon that I can tell my clients about. Say, hey man, they have this matches what you're looking for, and I can we can talk to them and see if they'd be interested in telling us more about the particular house. Okay, so another avenue to explore is wholesalers and investors. Now, if you're an investor watching this video is probably not tailored to you too much as it would be to a normal, homeowner client that's looking to purchase to live in a house. But nonetheless, these methods are pretty, self-explanatory to you guys, and they're definitely something that you should utilize as well. Put this in your toolkit to use. Wholesaling is they're going to go ahead and get a homeowner under contract or a property owner under contract, and then they're going to sell that contract to another investor that's going to either purchase it to flip it or buy and hold. And then the investor is kind of the middleman and just takes whatever's in between. Let's say if it's 200, right? The investor the wholesaler got the property owner under contract for 200, sells the contract to an investor at 205. Then the investor keeps that $5,000. That's what they're flipping contracts basically. Sometimes wholesalers are a good avenue to explore. They may come across some good properties, but from my experience, a lot of the times the wholesalers that I've worked with, they overinflate their numbers, they overinflate their prices, and if you're an investor trying to search for one, it's always a hit or miss with wholesalers if you're trying to pick up a flip or a buy and hold. But nonetheless, it's still a good avenue to explore because it may have something that is eye-catching for sure. All right, so next up, I like to call direct homeowner contact, direct owner contact. We're driving in the neighborhood and we're looking for a very specific house. If you identified a particular house and you let me know about that, then we'll go knock on their door. We'll track the owner down. We'll find their phone number, give them a call, or we'll send them letters. We can do letters too. We've done this in the past. So yeah, we could track these guys down. And if you've identified a property in a certain area that you would like to purchase, it's not on the market. Maybe the seller hasn't had any thoughts of selling the property. They didn't really want to. But if they wanted to capitalize on today's market, maybe by sending them that letter, you started instilling in their brain, like, man, maybe I should sell this house and move to X, Y, and Z location, or maybe I should upsize or downsize. So now you're starting to get their thoughts rolling in their head. Okay, so yeah, I might sell. So it's a good avenue to explore. If you're going through a neighborhood, you're like, oh, that house is pretty, So you jot down the address, shoot me the address, and then we'll do our work from there and see if the guy or girl is interested in selling the property. All right, so one of the last methods I want to share with you guys is contacting the neighborhood, right? So if you are just very adamant about living in a very specific neighborhood, maybe there's just not a lot of turnover there, maybe there's just not a lot of houses for sale, but you want to live in this particular neighborhood and you don't like anything that's on the market currently, what we can do is contact the entire neighborhood. We can send letters out to every single body in that neighborhood to figure out who is willing to buy and sell a house. So in that letter, what that letter looks like is you tell me your criteria, right? So I need a 5-bedroom house, 3.5 bath with a pool that's 4,000 square foot, right? So if we have that criteria, we'll put that in the letter and say, hey, I have a client that's looking for, a 5-bedroom house, a 3.5 bath, 4,000 square foot, and it has to have a pool. If this matches your criteria and you're interested in selling, give us a call, right? So that's one way to explore this avenue for sure, because in today's market, there is hardly any inventory at all. So like I said earlier, buyers are ripping each other apart. So that avenue actually works pretty well. 9 times out of 10, we get somebody calling us back and say, hey, I do have thoughts of selling, however, I don't know what my house would sell for, or I want this, maybe it's too much, right? But you never know until you try, and this avenue most certainly can get you there. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, or if you'd like me to cover on any other particular topics, feel free to comment that as well, and we'll make a video about it. If you have any further questions, you can visit us on our website directly, and if you're watching this on YouTube, make my heart melt, please, and smash that subscribe button down below. And like I said, we do our absolute best to produce some good content for you guys each and every single week. And but that's going to pretty much wrap it up for today. I'm Andrew with the Lake Team here in Houston, Texas, and I'll see you guys next week.